I'm the only sailor I'm looking for work. Do you know where I can find any?
Huh? An outlander, aren't you? Let me think. You could ask old Taiwan from Screws, Hats, Odds and Ends Incorporated. He might have something. Or the Golden Sickle, if you're not afraid of hard work. They're always looking for daytellers.
News?
News? Where have you been these past moons? The whole city's talking about nothing else but the Mad Magister. 30 dead novices. Oh.
Old news, buddy.
How could something like this happen within the Order?
I'm checking this soon. Oh, you're not coming to check, huh? Name this one the Butcher of Ark. What is that symbol? I'll look around later. Salt. Dude. I have to be right up my bum.
Watch yourself. The streets aren't safe this time of the day.
Huh? Daytime. Why the heck would it be safe otherwise? Kurmai kasayor tatatakaya.
Yes, you. Can you spare a moment for him? He would be very grateful.
Who would?
Well, he. Kermai Kazor Tatakajap.
What do you need?
Your help. Tell him, do you have good eyes?
I think so, yes.
Good. Very good. Let him cut to the chase. He is in dire need of eggs. Lots of eggs. And he wants you to help him.
You're a starling, aren't you?
A half-starling, yes. But unfortunately, he's not from Anku, if that's what you would have asked next. Which is something he really regrets. This world, it's so dirty, so loud. But, well, what can you do? One is what one is.
It sounds like an unusual task.
It is, indeed. The eggs he's looking for
Oh,
are
the
hard
specific
to come by.
eggs now too. It's not any
Do
egg.
you see those brown hammerbirds circling over the heartland? In many other countries, such as Nerim or Kira, their hatchlings are brought up to be letterbirds. He wants to raise such letterbirds for a special purpose. So, what do you say? Will you help an old starling? The ancient fathers would thank you for it. He's sure of that.
Whoever these ancient fathers are, I doubt their fangs will be much use to me. Don't you have something more solid?
You're talking about coin. Yes, he does. And provided you bring him what he needs, he would have given them to you anyway.
Hammerbird eggs, understood. Where exactly can I find them?
Well, that is the part where your good eyes come into play. All you need to do is follow the movements of the birds flying above the sea here and in its vicinity. Eventually, they will return to their nests, and that's where you can find the eggs. Just come back once you've found a good handful or more. He will wait for your return.
Okay. Jesper, close your eyes. Oh, I can come back and do that actually. I don't know how he's gonna react. Moo-moos. Yeah, it's these birds one has to follow them, I assume. There is a nest over there. Jasper, out of my way. Go moo-moos. We got 1 out of 5.
An outlander. Isn't this nice?
Moo Moo. It's like made me think about what is it called? The ancient something with KLF. Did you sing that? Moo Moo. Birds.
Yes?
Obvious, Meister, please.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. You truly are a good person.
Oh my. Another exhausted soul, aren't you? Are you sure you want to keep going like that? I mean, like that?
I beg your pardon?
Oh, come on! Don't you think I see how you're slaving away? You can hardly put one foot before the other. Look how exhausted you are. And this armor. Whew, it must weigh tons. Thank Malthus, I have just the right thing for you. A way to ease your travels. A mount. And you know what? Today's your lucky day. If you agree to help me out with a little problem of mine, I'll give you one for free.
Not a problem.
Gnarldolf, a troll. For 2 months now, every night, I've been hearing this horrible, bloodthirsty grunting near the farm. The guard says I'm only imagining it, but trust me, I've seen enough of the world to know troll noises when I hear them. When it all started, the grunting came from back in the forest, but it's gotten closer each night, and I'm sure that thing is out for my animals. So, what do you say? You kill Gnarldolf for me, and in return, you'll get one of my very best donkeys for free. Whirlwind. And believe me, he lives up to his name.
Where the heck does that name come from? Gnarldolf.
What? That doesn't ring a bell. Gnarldolf? As in, the Gnarldolf? From the fairy tale, The Seraph and the Beast. Considering how horrible the grunting sounds, that name seemed fitting to me. But call him what you want, it doesn't matter. As long as you kill him.
Okay. I'll see what I can do. Any ideas how I can find him?
Oh, that should be pretty easy. Just wait until shortly after midnight and then scout the area. Eventually, you'll hear that grunting I told you about. Then just find out where it comes from. And needless to say, be careful. You look like you can take care of yourself, otherwise I wouldn't have asked. But these beasts are not to be underestimated.
Hey, you got 10 pennies from me already.
To you for your kindness.
Fire! No. So we can get a donkey. Is it you, Whirlwind? Yeah. How you doing, buddy? It's gonna be mine. Maybe. Into the city we go.
And here we are. Welcome to Ark. I've got some things to take care of here. So let's meet at the market once you're ready to meet Grandmaster Tealor Orenthiel and his mages in person, alright?
Taylor Aramfei, the former Grandmaster of the Holy Order? I thought he was in prison in Nerin.
By his own son, Nerazil, yeah. But roughly 2.5 years ago, he suddenly appeared back in Enderal, accompanied by a handful of mages who once fought against him in the Great War. Weird, I know, but that's how it was.
Let me get this straight. The Lightborn's most trusted servant returned to Enderal together with his former arch-enemies.
He did, yeah. It seems that something happened between him and them that made them sort out their issues, you could say. They're allies now, and frankly, nobody quite knows why. You can imagine what kind of uproar that caused among the Holy Order itself. But in the end, Orenthiel got things his way. You can say what you want about him, but he never lost his charisma, that's for sure.
That means the Lightborn's most vicious enemies now work together with the Lightborn's most faithful servants. That's a bit bizarre.
You're telling me. But apparently their alliance has something to do with this red madness. I guess we'll see what happens.
Can you tell me a little more about the city where I can find some new gear, for example?
Oh, sure, I should have thought of that. Pardon me. Alright then. Ark is divided into 5 districts, not counting the harbor. The foreign quarter, where we are right now, the marketplace, the nobles' quarters, the south quarter, and the temple. If you're looking to gear up, I guess the market would be the place to go. You can find anything there, from food to weapons, armor, and whatever else you need. If it's magical supplies and alchemy you need, however, you best try your luck in the nobles' quarters. But prepare yourself for some dismissive looks. Up there's also the bathing house and the theater, in case you have the coin for that. Finally, there's the temple, which is hard to overlook. Normal citizens are not permitted to enter it, and from up there, the Holy Order reigns over this country. But if all goes according to plan, you'll soon see it from the inside. And then there's the Undercity.
Undercity? Doesn't sound too inviting.
Yeah, it doesn't, and it isn't. The Undercity's a cluster of caves directly beneath our feet. And down there is where the poor and the sick live, not to mention those that the Order doesn't like to see in their neat, pretty streets in the upper city. Not a place I'd recommend you visit, at least not unless you're looking for mischievous things.
Okay, I think I found my way around.
Great. Then see you later and enjoy your stay.
This means we have a lot to... Oh boy. Within Ark, you may also use signposts to travel back and forth between different districts, and do so just walking from those signposts and interact with it. So that's...
My sir, do you have a moment? I think the two of us could do business together.
What do you need?
Well, it is actually quite simple. But since you were kind enough not to just ignore me and walk by as the others did, I would like to share my gratitude for that first. You travel a lot, don't you? I can tell by the mud on your boots. Here, one of these books might come in handy on your journeys. Which one do you prefer?
What do I need right now? Don't need that one. Don't think I need handicraft. Oh, I have handicraft. Yeah. I would take a handicraft.
Splendid. Say, would you happen to be interested in earning yourself some more coins? Or, even better, more books like those? There is something I need help with.
That might be what's troubling you.
I have a problem, and this problem is called Celia, which happens to be my sister. Where should I start? You know, I am one of those people who wasn't given everything by fate. Quite the contrary, in fact. When I was a child, the village I grew up in, Foamville, was ambushed by bandits. And both my father and my mother died during the attack.
Condolences?
Thank you, but it's ancient history now. Fact is, my sister and I dealt with this event differently. We managed to flee the attack and make it to Ark, where the gods, of course, threw us into the Undercity. But while I tried to honor my father's heritage by using the little I could from our savings by setting up a business, she preferred to wallow in her misery instead. She got to know the wrong people and has, since then, never done a single bit of honest work. Frankly, she's a dust addict. Day and night, she does nothing else but rot in those drinking holes in the Undercity and blows what little money she makes on her drage. Now, of course, she is still my sister, so all of these years I paid her rent so she doesn't have to sleep on the streets. However, things have changed. Recently, she started using our father's heritage to pay for her addiction, and I will not accept that.
What do you mean by she's a dust addict? I'm an outlander.
Of course, you wouldn't know that. Glimmercap dust, the blue bliss, or however you want to call it. It's a drage, a dangerous one. Apparently, it makes you feel as if you're walking the eternal paths. But it also kills you quicker than the sunfire.
So let me get this straight. She blows you money to buy dragage.
Well, technically it's our money. Basically, it was a share our father had in a small business here. He was so proud of it, you wouldn't believe it. Luckily enough, I managed to save that paper from the bandits and turned it in at the bank a few years ago, after I realized how valuable it was. Since then, it has turned into quite a formidable sum. Nothing huge, of course, but enough to save my business from bankruptcy. You understand? In theory, it is our money, but without me, she would probably have sold it for a bottle of ale, and I won't let her spit on our father's heritage that way.
I see. Okay. Can't you talk to the guard about this?
I certainly could, but the day a guard voluntarily goes into the Undercity is the day a Vartia will become a barber. The Undercity belongs to Relata, and Celia knows that, which is why my hands are tied.
Okay.
I have a problem. You know, I am one, and both my father and my mother died during the attack. Thank you.
Condolences, yeah.
But while
yeah.
she got to know the... Now, of course, she is still my sister. So all of these years I paid her rent so she doesn't have to sleep on the streets. However, well, luckily enough, since then, you understand? In theory,
Yeah,
it
I
is
see.
our
Why
money,
don't you just
but-
talk to her?
Oh, believe me, I did. Which is why she simply hid the key to our safe in the bank somewhere that I couldn't find it. So, long story short, this is where you come in. I want you to get her to give me that key. How you do it is up to you. But if you succeed, it won't be to your disadvantage.
Fair enough, I'll help you. Where can I find her?
Anywhere there's rats and dust. But she spends most of her time in the False Dog in the Undercity. One of those dumps I told you about. Just come back to me once you've found something.
Two women fight for freedom, peace, and the righteous path. Women in Enderal join the city guard. Hey, didn't say steal some. There isn't nailed down. It doesn't say steal. And we are taking it.
Tender friends of the granulous pleasance, melt away in rapture as a crunchy loaf of bread wanders from my hands into yours. You there! You look as if you could do with a fine loaf of our unrivaled fresh and tasty bread. I can see it in your eyes.
What does it make your bread so unrivaled, fresh and tasty?
Well, it is fresh and it is tasty. What are you getting at?
Respect the elders anymore.
Certainly. A pleasure for the young and the old, for the tall and the small. See for yourself.
Yes, so she sells food. Okay. Not interesting for me. Oh yeah.
You're a foreigner, aren't you? I wish I'd have crossed the Red Sea once, or seen Kira, the grand...
Let's see, he's a merchant, aren't you?
What?
Looking to trade?
Oh, yes, sure. What do you need?
Let's see, we need to get rid of some stuff. That one we can just that one we can keep. Can keep it for now. God damn it. Problem is with this one is and it breaks my set. Oops. The money right now. Let's see. Folks. Yeah, I need one more in handicraft, so that's nice. That one is 25.
An outlander.
Let's see.
Isn't it?
Marksman, we are. Sneak, we are. Light armor, we are. One-handed. The rest up here don't give me a rat's butt about. It's block 3 points. Oh wait, why is my sneak? It's 25, right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. So that is all the ones there, 25. Good. We got 2 more points used. We have 2 memory points to use also. So 2 more points of lockpicking. If I'm gonna care about enchanting. Rhetoric, yeah. I think I'm gonna care about it. Guess enchanting would be nice though. A dancing nomad, huh?
Noble?
In no bed. Sorry.
Wait a moment. You're an outlander, aren't you?
Maybe. Is that obvious?
Only if you know what to look for. I'm one myself, so I do. Balhazer, pleased to make your acquaintance. Tell me, if you're new in this city, are you perchance also looking for work? Excuse me, what was I saying? I'm looking for a hand.
Okay, here's a hand. Maybe. Where exactly are you from? You don't look that foreign to me.
Well, neither do you. But to answer your question, I'm Arizalian, but 3rd generation Arizalian, so it doesn't show that much anymore. Apart from my name and my skin, there's little left of my roots, I'm afraid. Anyway, so what did you say? Interested in some well-paid, honest work?
Maybe. What do you have in mind?
It's simple. I want you to find something for me. You know, I'm a healer, just like my father was, and my grandfather before that. When he came to this country,
He did so because he had been hired by an Ark noblewoman, a bright lady who valued science and the arts of healing.
Maid, Stew.
In any case, my grandfather spent a large portion of life working for this lady in an old, abandoned fort near the now deserted village of Fogville. Together with a good dozen other apothecary, he planned for my father to succeed him. But before he had the chance to, the mushroom plague occurred.
Mushroom plague? You mean a plague that destroyed the Whisperwood?
Yes, that one. The spores of those mushrooms have literally sucked all the life from the forest and its surroundings. Plus, they are a threat to everyone who comes close.
I see. Did your grandfather's work have anything to do with that plague?
It does seem likely, doesn't it? Both my father and I have asked my grandfather this question too, but he has always denied it. The plague was a magical phenomenon, a freak of nature, no more, no less. Those were his words. However, I've made some troubling discoveries which have led me to doubt that. I believe the plague might have been fabricated.
Fabricated, but why would anyone want to do that?
Well, this is exactly what I want you to find out. Unfortunately, the noblewoman who my grandfather worked for has long been dead, and she was the last in their bloodline, so I couldn't find any answers there. But the old fortress where they worked still stands.
Why don't you just go see for yourselves then, huh?
Look at me, you'll have the answer. I'm old and far from made for the road to begin with. Furthermore, all those undead who've been roaming the wilderness since that red madness began don't exactly make the idea more inviting. But don't worry, if you succeed, I'll make it worth your while.
Why is this so important to you?
Isn't that obvious? Because I want to understand. You know, we Arzalins believe in the debt of blood. If my grandfather committed a crime, it is my responsibility to atone for it. Plus, I believe that if there was a way to, well, to cure that plague, it is hidden within that fortress. Whatever harm the mushrooms can do, they can also reverse it. My father never cared much about all this, but I'm different. If there's one thing I want to achieve in my life, then it's clarity.
I'll see what I can do. Where can I find this fortress and what do you need me to look for?
Reports, scrolls, samples of their work. Anything that could be of relevance. Just look around. Do you have a map?
I do.
Here, the fortress should be in this area. Best you take Myra to Fogville. In the village harbor, there was a hut where my grandfather lived when he was off duty. Chances are you'll find a key to the fortress there. Good luck, and thank you. If you have found the material, you can find me in the Undercity, near the old waterworks. My laboratory is there.
Malfash's blessings.
Hey, keep it all for.
Stew, roast pork. Anyone?
Want something to drink? What have you got?
A little bit of this and that. Why not take a look? Come back anytime.
Yes, you should go into the Whisperwood and see what you can find in the old fortress. I'll wait for you in the Undercity, in my laboratory.
Oh, having a private show, huh? I see how it is.
Hello, handsome.
Ahoy. Ahoy.
Ahoy. raise the sails, so to say.
Mead, stew, roast pork. Anyone?
Okay.
Men, that's just how they are.
Mead, stew, roast pork. Anyone?
We are adapts, right? Yeah. That's what we can do. I think.
Mead, stew, roast pork. Anyone?
See, unfortunately.
Yes, you should go into the...
Huh? Can I help you?
Huh? No.
Well,
Walk blessed.
Oi, you there. Don't look at me like that. Looking for trouble, eh? Stop ignoring me.
What's your problem?
You bloody flood your eyes at me, woman. You think I haven't noticed, don't you? You say sorry at once, so I'll smack your mouth.
Smells of our unrivaled, fresh and tasty bread caresses your nostrils.
Your woman? Who is she?
Oh, that you'd like to know, huh? So you can deduce her, me Bernadette. Don't bloody think I'm stupid.
Pleasures grow in delight as your teeth sink into a golden brown loaf of our
So if I offended you somehow, I don't want any trouble.
Oh, well, you're lucky I'm having a good day. Next time I won't let you off that easy.
Now look at that.
tender friends of the granulous pleasance.
How are
Melt
you?
away in rapture as a crunchy loaf of bread.
Hello.
Great.
Trade? Huh. Well, I guess it depends on what you need.
this one do... It's 13 damage. It's lower than what we have, so let's just sell it. I can keep it for a moment. Yeah, sell this stuff. Oh, she doesn't have money now. Well, let's get that one.
Safe travels.
The master is what they call themselves. This barbarian owner provided to hold a sword with its most amusing and the mirror stops preparing and down off as soon as an opponent get close to finish them off. Then they begin grow for their lives, submerge survival and malfast of the world to better their way.
Yes, of course.
Oh, here's going the right way.
Oh well.
Hold on.
An outlander. Isn't this nice?
They were. Do we have an actual blacksmith somewhere?
You don't know shit, boy. I'd rather go tap dance in front of the true Chessa than work for a Chilean. But
Malfast's blessings. Huh? What do you want?
what I'm trying to say is stay
Malfast's blessings.
olive-skinned cutthroats. They lure you in with nice words and big promises, then bang, you put your cross under a contract that makes you a slave for a lifetime.
Oh, but this isn't nice. Why would they do that?
Because they're a greedy pack who have as much decency and path abidingness as a bloody Batir, that's why. I tell you, boy, I am so sick of those fucking glittery liars. If I were the Grand Master, I'd have thrown them out of this country long ago. Bastards, all of them.
Okay.
My sir.
Good job, chickens. There's some more eggs for me. requires a key. We don't have. That was closed off.
Cielo Aranthiel has returned. Malphas truly smiles upon us. Oi, you're a traveler, aren't you, my son? Just a few words of friendly advice. Keep away from the Dark Valley. That place was a bloody boneyard before. But word has it almost half of the corpses there have started walking again.
That's the same. Let's see.
Hey, I know you. Marriage for the keepers, don't you? Is it true what they said about that Magister? That he killed 30 novices?
It's closed. Oh, you're right. You look a little distraught.
And if I am, what is it to you? Listen, I know you mean well, but not now, please, not now.
Maybe we could help.
Huh, help? Who are you, Lorem Waterblade reincarnated? Aye, maybe you could help me, but I think we both know what that really means. You want money. Everyone wants money, it's all that keeps this bloody world moving. That bastard golfer proved it. I shouldn't talk like this to you. But still, please, just let me be. Just go.
Just golf for Silverman's assortment of goods or things that could belong to. Okay, so it's not in here though. Okay.
Wait, I heard something. Attention!
Ah! They were not friendly at all there.
Tender friends of the granulous pleasance, melt away in rapture as a crunchy loaf of bread wanders from my hands in...
All you'll ever need. But please, take a look. What a beautiful day, isn't it? Just right for purchase, hmm? From me.
Anything interesting around here?
Apart from my wares, you mean? Well, jokes aside, no. At the moment, it's quiet around here. Thank Malthus it is. You don't hear a lot of good things from the streets these days. Vateers, brigands. This country has seen better times.
Okay.
All you'll ever... Oh, a lot! Tell me if something catches your eye.
Let's see. So, we don't need that one. We don't need light armor anymore. We don't need marksman one-handed, and we don't need snake. Those we need. Bee nourishment, huh? Oh, yeah, actually sells scrolls to different places. Ooh. How about we get some to Ark? Get 2 for now. Okay. We need a depth, right? How much is 14? I mean, we need 25 of them. So buy 25? Oh, buy what he had. Since we need 25 of them anyway. What does it say? We don't. I don't. Huh? I've read wolf blood so many times. Hello?
Safe travels.
Let's see. I have no crafting points at the moment. Assuming the Undercity there will be a fencer.
Walk blessed.
Walk blessed, my sir.
Walk blessed.
Tender friends of the granulous pleasance, melt away in rapture as a crunchy loaf.
Walk blessed, my
that
sir.
way. When the heck is this door open on? Labor, labor, labor. Where does this take us? Okay, that takes us out. Let me put away everything that we have that's not so legally attained. Oops. That one. Just in case somebody. Just in case a guard gets a little bit. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, it's not as if I didn't tell them that already.
So, when the heck do they open in here? It is 4:46 p.m. Okay.
Hello.
So with this you can fast travel to any of the parts.
Walk blessed, my sir.
There's a marketplace which we could go to. Let's see if there's any gear we can get.
Walk blessed, my sir.
Hear my words, O path-abiding people of this holy city. A miracle has happened, a miracle that must have been due to its sheer glory.
Okay, for the next hour we're gonna stand here.
Telor Ardenfield has returned. Yes, you have heard right. The lost heir to the throne, son of glorious house, after decades of imprisonment by his treacherous son.
Somebody shut the gapper up.
Grand Master of the Holy Order.
Is it important?
Trecesha, Natara Dalvarim never changed.
Uh-huh.
You also sell information?
Information? What do you mean?
Himself shall lead this holy city from this day on.
You're 25 pennies. I'm an adventurer would wager that you as a merchant over here are a lot of useful things.
Let me see. That's not very much, but fine. A couple of moons ago, I had a really strange guy as a customer. He wore two sabers, like those coal people do, but when he moved, he was really swift about it, like he was some kind of thief. I think he was an assassin, as they call them. Quiranian contract killers. You can hide within a fortress, but they'll find you. Somehow break into your room and kill you in your sleep. And unlike those everyday scroungers, they know how to wield a sword, like Loram Waterblade did. Who knows? Maybe that'll help you.
I have books, scrolls, potions, anything for friends of Path.
Interesting. Did you hear any other stories like that?
What? That wasn't enough? Let me think. Yeah. There was that wench once. a farmer. She came running into the city as if chased by the Black Guardian and told the guards something about an ambush on her farm. Nothing unusual, you could say, especially nowadays, but apparently the bandits were led by a mage. And, well, if you can believe that farmer woman, she conjured the sunfire down from the sky. Green fire, lightning, the living dead rising from the ground, a wild mage. In other words, one of those sinistropes. But she also knew elemental magic like the keepers do. I wouldn't want to come across someone like her.
Yeah, where's the same?
Now, I just put them out for you to look at. Tell me what you need, and be quick about it.
Let's see. Blueprint. Oh, you have a lot of crafting books. Okay. Let's see, huh? I need 2 more for lock picking.
Just put them out for you to look at. Tell me what you need, and be quick about it.
We only had 1. Damn it. A third. Damn. Master.
Walk blessed.
Yes?
You're an outlander, aren't you?
Greetings.
I can tell.
Do you need a potion to refresh your stamina? Or are you a user of the arcane arts? I have all you'll ever need.
Just have to live with it.
How's business?
Oh, how nice of you to ask. I can't complain. I suppose the wars in Calais and Kira make it harder to get your hands on certain wares. But still, life's good. Definitely more comfortable than my time on the road, though.
Hungry? I've got just
Time on the road. You were homeless?
What? No, I was a vagabond, as people like to say. A traveling mage.
Figures, how did you become a vagabond?
You know, I grew up in a village near Duneville. Actually, I had a pretty good childhood there. But when I discovered my magical gifts, well, let's just put it this way. It changed how people treated me. Even my own parents. I just felt the need to, I don't know, get out, see some of this world. So after I did the passage to the water, that is, after the Order taught me how to use my magic path, I decided not to return to my village and packed my traps and hit the road. Kind of bold, yes, but back then, I didn't care. But I digress.
No, she did the passage to the water. How was that?
Hard. The Arcanist made it clear that we stood at the crossroads. Either we learn to control the magic, or we become outlaws. It was not a pleasant time, I can tell you that much. The keepers were extremely strict, and you learn to be independent, to not get too close to anybody. But no offense, that's a very personal topic.
What happened to the people who didn't make it through the passage?
As I said, I don't want to talk about it. Sorry.
What do you mean by people treated you differently back in your village?
Well, they weren't exactly hostile to me, but it was the small things. Looks, talk going on behind my back. Over time, that just gets to you. But you know, I don't think I can blame them, especially with the village folk. The word magic is always mentioned together with wild magic, Orbeus, and devastated cities. And all of a sudden, here I am, suddenly one of them who can do those things, even though I don't have Eterna blood. How is that supposed to fit into their worldview? They can't really know better.
What, and you weren't afraid? Of bandits, for example?
Well, that's one of the upsides of being an arcanist. You don't need to be a bulk of muscle to defend yourself against a pack of wolves. Plus, back in those days, the roads were safer by far. All these brigands, the frenzied Vatirs, the lost ones, that's new, for whatever reason.
It sounds tough.
I probably made it sound worse than it was. I've heard that on Niram, magically gifted people get driven out of their village, or worse. I guess I should consider myself lucky.
Yep. Tell me what you got.
Sure. Take a look.
Follows her life story.
Walk blessed.
Come to Yorinto Shamgash and buy fish. Only the best and fresh from the Red Sea.
My sir? Hungry for arcane secrets? I have books, scrolls, potions.
Walk blessed. What can I do for you?
When you talk to a lot of travelers, don't you? Any tips you can give me?
What, you're asking me? I'm flattered. But let me think.
Somebody walked into me.
My grandfather always used to read to us from this old book, Myths and Legends. I think one of the former Archmagisters of the Order wrote it, and there were all kinds of tales about those mythical creatures that apparently roam Enderal. Grandpa always said they were just tales, but who knows? You should go to the library. Maybe they still have a volume of that book there.
How's business?
Honest answer? Bad. Since this whole red madness thing started, the roads aren't safe to travel anymore. At least, not for those who don't have the coin to pay an armed escort. And that's most of us merchants. But, well, you scratch along somehow, don't you? As long as people eat and the farmers deliver, I'll have customers. I really shouldn't complain so much.
Show me your wares.
Sure.
Food, huh?
Come back anytime.
Yeah, it's not as if I didn't tell them that already. Hungry for arcane secrets? I have books, scrolls, potions, anything for
You
friends
had to
of
play,
Hal.
huh?
Shalom, my sir. Are you looking for fresh fish?
Bananas, the freshest fruits right from the
You're not
farmer's
Enderalian, are you?
Kira,
Couldn't
should
wait
give
for
me
the
what?
monitor,
My
huh?
skin or my accent?
Both of you.
Well, I'll have to work on my disguise then. Jokes aside, I am from Kaira, but I was only 6 years old when my commune came to this country, and I'll have seen my 60th winter next month, so I suppose that makes me
Have you
as
gotten your new
Enderalian as
monitor
most
yet,
people
then?
around here.
I assume you have gotten it, right?
fresh from the oven. Treat yourself.
I mean, it's 10 p.m. here, so it can't be that late with you. So you might, well, 5 p.m.? Or is it 4 p.m.?
Hungry? I've got just what a weary traveler needs.
They're gonna refund it again, probably. Well, that sucks, though. So why did you leave here?
Oh, there were many reasons. Suffice it to say that Kaira isn't the glittering, exotic country of dreams and poems that bards make it out to be. I am glad to live here. You can say what you will about Enderal, but at least it's peaceful.
Show me what you have in stock.
Of course, Sherry.
Morala's blessings, my friend.
So you are from Kilir, right? And did you flee the war over there?
Well, flee isn't exactly the right word for it. I call it tactical relocalization. Only a stupid businessman will try to sell spices amidst a civil war.
How much further are you from me now, then? I assume you came to Ark and you're done question mark, I guess, right? What do people in Kilir think about those rumors that the gods are dead?
Well, they are blasphemy. What else? The gods have rain, wind.
Then I would have bought it from somebody else.
Whoever thinks one could just kill
I
the
wouldn't
gods
give it
as
my
they
business
could kill a
if they've
rabbit
done
must
something
be
like that to
another
me.
fool.
What exactly caused the war? I heard about it, but never from a countryman.
Oh, well, after those rumors about the Lightborn's death started, the council members must have thought, now's the time for power struggles. Very stupid, if you ask me, and very bad for the economy. Thank the sun I was one of the few who fled early enough. But this madness has cost far too many lives. Far too many.
What you sell?
Spices, rugs, delicacies, only the best. Straight from Kile. Take a look.
Banana. What the heck? Well, I'm level 13. Oh. Gonna press H, not Y, but okay. Well, I'm level 11. I have 2 levels to put in points in now. Let's see. Are we 1, 2, 3? That will be really good to get. Okay, let's get this one. Okay, so I think the next 3 levels I should probably go up to Silent Feet. I found plenty of those too. The man, it's so bad.
If it's clam and fish you seek, then come and take a good long peek.
Scrolls, potions, anything for friends of path-abiding magic.
Oh yeah, I went by the way and danced at that place, you know, with this skull on my head. I got 2 learning points. I got a recipe for a glove and something else I can't remember. So it's actually worth it to not drink it.
Walk blessed.
We haven't stopped.
All your heart could ever desire. Take a look.
So yeah, so it's worth it not to go. Let's see. Here we have a silver ring we can sell. Keep that one.
May his light guide you. Come back if you find the time.
But it was actually good that I handed it back in.
Well.
Don't think so.
some things never change.
It sounds like somebody is having a good time over here.
Acts like a sublime. How may I be of
For some
service?
reason the achievement doesn't pop up in this game for me. I see them afterwards.
Of course.
Yeah, we have a hunting. Oh. That one is as good as my longbow, though. Do you have recipes for a blueprint for carpet? What the heck? Handcraft 28, I have 25 plus something. Yeah, but how do you... then you have to recharge them all the time, then. That's a problem with magic ones. I do have a steel one that gives me 5% more crit chance on enemies, so... a steel one. Yeah, I haven't found anybody who... I don't think I haven't seen anybody who sells it yet for me. I think we are good with armor. It's a weapon I'm more... But this is what I have already. I'd like a better weapon. So if you actually craft a weapon, it gives you better stats. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, done all the bounties in Riverwell, yep. All done in Riverwell. Yeah, they were all easy since I already been in the places, so it was just, you know, finding the one person I needed to kill, so... Oh, today the ones that were left, so... I need something better weapon, man. What do you have? I'm just gonna see here if there's anything.
What do you want?
Abiding people of this holy city. Rumors circulate. Rumors about the horrible events of the past.
Hungry for arcane secrets? I have books, scrolls, potions, anything for friends.
Pathless atrocity. All
Meat market.
Now we fear. Hear my words. Do not be.
I'm actually looking around here at the market at the moment. I did the first year when we came into Ark, looked around a bit, and then I'm just looking around here now. So.
Malphas's blessing, dear sir. Might I interest you in a ware from my most exquisite assortment?
What you have?
I am certain you will find something. May his light guide you. Come back if you find the time.
I think I'm gonna go up there now and...
Huh?
There's this Coco. It's a herald. Barracks.
Settle themselves. Fruits, vegetables, bread, fresh.
Let's live after a long time in solitude. I, Annabella, search for a nature boy who isn't averse to a quick adventure. Meet me on the island in front of Ark. There you will find a camp, read a message, and show your gratitude to me. Uh-huh. Let's rob the bank. Hands up! Hello there.
Walk blessed, my sir. How can Sylvan and friends serve you today? Would you like to open a personal vault? Or perhaps even acquire an estate?
A personal vault?
A ledger. Your very own safe in our house, which we will manage on your behalf. We will meticulously track all your deposits and withdrawals, and best of all, thanks to our very generous interest rates, the longer you entrust your money with us, the more it proliferates on its own.
How can my money proliferate on its own?
Well, evidently this was a metaphor. Just imagine that for every day your money rests in our vaults, we present you with some extra coin on top of it, as in appreciation for your trust, so to speak.
What, and you do this at your own expense? How can that be profitable for you?
Well, you see, this is a highly complicated process, and I fear it would be a matter of near impossibility to elucidate my response.
So did you open a vault or an account here in the bank, Warriors?
I beg your pardon, most likely quite limited intellectual capabilities. Let us talk about more enjoyable matters instead, such as your money.
Look, if you want my money, you tell me what you do with it.
Fine then. We use it to trade.
You trade with the coin of your customers.
We invest. For example, in promising expeditions on new trade routes. And from the returns those investments yield, we not only pay our employees, but your interest as well. Now, don't you look at me that way. We have to make a living somehow, too.
What happens to my money if your investments turn out to be mistakes?
Banks do not make mistakes. Didn't your parents teach you this? Now enough of this nonsense and back to business. Do you want to open a gold shelf or not?
He doesn't like my question for some reason. I don't know. Want to open a vault?
Very well. We will need a 100 penny deposit to start with. After that, you may make a withdrawal or deposit whenever you would like.
100 pennies? What the freaking heck? Robbery?
Excellent. You will not regret this. Here, this is your personal safe key. This way, you may access your shelf even when we are closed. To make a deposit, simply talk to one of the bankers or put it on the shelf yourself. And should you acquire any shareholdings, simply give them to me and we will allocate them with your future interest.
Shareholdings, what do you mean?
Well, holdings for something, a business, a caravan, things like that. But forgive me for saying so, you do not seem to be a man of means, so I don't suppose it will be relevant to you.
Yeah, deposit some money.
Of course.
Yeah, so let's put in like 3K.
A wise decision.
And if it doesn't give me an interest, I will come in and kill you all and take everything. That's a promise. Okay, let's do this.
Well, look who's arrived. Did you have any problems finding your way around? This city can be quite a maze if you don't know it.
Dude, I haven't been everywhere
They
yet.
just sit on their asses and hope things settle themselves.
Well, look who's arrived. Did you have any problems finding your way around? This city can be quite a maze if you don't know it.
Okay, not really. I'm used to big cities.
Right, you're from Ostian. I almost forgot. They're quite fascinating, these places, aren't they? You can climb high, and you can fall just as deep. And every place vibrates with life.
That's true.
Here, put this on. And before you ask, yes, it's necessary. Just trust me.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Yes?
Oh, you're not from around here, are you? I know that accent.
You can't know my accent if I haven't talked to you yet, okay?
So, about this fever. Usually those gifted with magic have to report their talent to the Order, and then pass a ritual that teaches them how to deal with their magic. The journey to the water is what they call it. Once they've passed that, the fever reduces to an endurable level, and new arcanists have their names registered in some kind of holy book. But there are other ways to get rid of the fever, and I hope my employer can tell you about them.
Watch yourself. The streets aren't safe this time of the day.
The heck?
Okay, almost there.
I don't know why that didn't trigger earlier.
Thou art my light, my glimmer at the horizon. Thy name is my sacrament, and thy path I will honor, in life as in death.
Well, hopefully it comes tomorrow and they don't cancel it again. But maybe they ran out of monitors.
Hold it, my sir. No civilians beyond this point without explicit permission. Who are you and what leads you to this holy place?
Business. I'm Jaspar Delveric, and I work for the Naramese mages.
Oh, right. The mercenary. And who's your companion?
Marijo de Luna from Ostian, esteemed holder of de Luna's Empire of Tender Fragrance, the most prestigious perfumery in all of Vin. Archmagister Marigil sent for him. Didn't he tell you?
The Archmagister. Well, that does sound like him. Fair enough, you may pass. But show this place the respect it deserves, mercenary. You too, Meister de Luna.
You have my word, fair lady. Thank you.
Up yours, lady. No. Insta-killed.
This is holy ground, Outlander. You don't belong here.
So how much is a house in Ark then?
Well, that went better than expected.
Yeah, I have like 5k total, but now I put in 3k in the bank, so. Mother the Luna's Empire of Tender Fragrance?
Hey, it worked, didn't it? That's all that matters. Nobody will suspect someone who's already in the temple. Anyway, I think it's about time I tell you a little bit more about this employer of mine. His name is Constantine Firespark, and he's one of Narathzal Orenthiel's former followers.
Maybe you should wait until you have like 10
brought here by ship about 2 years ago.
few more K then.
He's one of the former
and the books are not
arch-enemies of the
cheap.
Order. They usually wear green, while the Order wears white or red.
You need in total 25 for each skill, you know.
Firespark's pretty much the eldest of Narathzal's mages, and quite well versed in magic, at least from what I've heard. Plus, he's a very gentle and likable fellow, which is why even the keepers like having him around. Let's hope he can tell us a thing or two about these visions, and help you get rid of the fever. Come, follow me. Huh? Keep your chin up.
Yeah, I noticed that about since I could buy a recipe for carpets and stuff. Okay, come on, buddy, move.
All right, here we are. Hang on.
No. That's not how you do it.
Blast it! I'm just being careful. We
Like
have to.
heck we do. Give me that thing, now. Blasted, blistering blazes. That's what you get for working with fumblers. I told you,
Master
we should be
Firespark.
careful. What? Now who the heck are you? Can't an old man have a moment to himself?
You hired me. The Magister, don't you remember?
Oh, right. Joseph the Scrounger. So why are you here? Had any luck?
Jaspar. And yeah, we did find something. I
suggest you first of all tell me when I allowed you to drag your drinking mates up here. Do you need me to explain the meaning of the words highly and confidential to you?
I'm sure there's a lot you can explain to me, but let's save that for later. This particular fellow over here needs your help, to be frank. Arcane fever.
Is that so? And what exactly has that got to do with me? Let the Keepers and their holy rituals take care of it. What is it with the costume, anyway?
This man's magic is different, Meister. Just feel his aura and you'll see it. Plus, he's from Naram, just as you are.
Well, all right then, for nostalgia's sake. I really hope you're not wasting my time, though. Working with these religious buffoons is bound to make any rational thinking person go bonkers. Anyway, that chair over there, take a seat, and I'll have a look at that fever of yours.
Oh, I have to sit down. Sit in the chair.
All right then. This will tickle a little.
Just got to put myself up again.
Now you're right. This aura does feel different. Complex somehow and powerful. And do you really want to tell me you've only recently discovered that talent of yours? With that aura, I'm surprised that you haven't turned into an Obaya by now.
Into a what?
Fine, fine. Well, that is, we will help you. But first, tell me everything. How you got that magic, and how you met that scrounger.
15 hours later, no.
I see. Regarding this vision thing, I think that your mind simply played a trick on you there. Not that it's much of a surprise, considering what you've been through. Actually, you were quite lucky that the sudden outburst of your glance didn't blow your head right off.
Sudden outburst of my glance? What's a glance?
By all that's holy, I won't start playing your tutor now. If you don't know about the basic functioning of magic, then read something from Balador Goldenstein.
The glance on the sea of eventualities. Alongside, but apart from the reality we're in right now, exist countless other realities, in which some events have different outcomes, so to speak. A version of this very same room, for example, with the very same people in it, only that Meister Firespark's beard is on fire. And what defines an Arcanist, someone capable of magic, is that he or she can see those other realities and let parts of them come true.
Well, look at that, Jasper. You surprised me.
That's what I'm being paid for.
How powerful an Arcanist is depends on 3 factors. How far away are the eventualities that he can see, how well he can bring parts of them into our reality, and finally, how well his mind can handle seeing other realities simultaneously with ours. Lighting a candle is easier than calling a meteor from the sky, to speak plain anal, but as I said, read Goldenstein if you're interested in the topic.
Speak plain anal?
I'm not going to waste any time with lectures.
And this chapel on the water, every time I touch one of those stones, I feel as if, I don't know, as if something comes back to me.
Well, that's probably a sign that you should go easier on the booze. Skill, whether of physical or magical nature, isn't gained through touching some stones, but through hard work and discipline. Even though this screwball Enderalian talk of paths and predeterminations tries to tell us otherwise.
Again, I do not just imagine these visions. They felt different, somehow real.
Well, if that's what you want to believe, go for it. I, in any case, have never come across such a phenomenon in over 50 years of studying magic. And now we should...
It all begins with the dreams.
What the blasted blistering blazes? Does this room look like the bosom of a whore to you? Or what makes you think you can go around touching anything you get your fingers on? These documents are confidential, for heck's sake. I knew it was a mistake to hire a thug like you. Lashery always had a weakness for...
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember you telling me something about dreams that led you and Tealor Renthiel here, didn't you, Meister? And you told me that in this vision of yours, the Veiled Woman said this. It all begins with the dreams.
What? Is that true?
It is, actually.
Oh. Then this near-death experience you had before you woke up on the shore. Tell me again, what exactly did you see in it? A room?
A glistening white light in charred bodies, but their flesh was unnatural, grey. And I heard all these voices.
Well, this is strange indeed. Anyway, for now all that matters is that we get that magic of yours under control. Whatever you clairvoyanced back there is of no use to us if you're dead as a doornail in a couple of months.
And how can we do that? Get my magic under control.
Well, that's usually a plodding process. The fever you feel is a result of your mind not being able to handle all of these possibilities, so to speak. The ritual the Enderalians practice to get the glance under control is called the Journey to the Water. Put frankly, it means 1 year of hour-long meditation, bland food, and abstinence from anything that makes life worth living. In due time, the Arcanist then learns to filter these other realities from ours, and the fever gets less and less. Anyhow, luckily enough, we Neramis know of a way to quicken that process. A shortcut, if you will. I'm not capable of performing it, but another one of us is. Her name is Lashery, and you should seek her out as soon as possible.
A shortcut. Isn't there a reason this journey to the water is as lengthy as it is?
There is indeed, and this reason is called ignorance. The Order's rituals haven't changed since the Lightborn slipped out of their cradles, and the Keepers do their best to keep anything progressive out of their country. But please, if you're up for a year of austerity and stern-faced magisters scolding you, go for it. I really don't care.
Alright then, I'll do this ritual of yours. Where can I find this Lashery?
She's currently in a ruin called Old Rationgrad, not far from Ark. Just tell her that I sent you. Give me that map of yours. Okay, now you'd have to be a total idiot to miss it. I recommend leaving for the ruin straight away. And you, Joseph, you're going to come with me and show me what your trip to the Sun Coast brought forth. Hopefully, more than a bottle of honey wine and a hangover.
Quite a character, isn't he? But I like him somehow. Here, I owe you this for your help back in Riverville. And in case you're in the mood for a mug of ale and a good chat, just drop by the Dancing Nomad in the Stranger's Quarter. I'll get myself a room there for the time being. With all that said, good luck mastering your magic, my friend. I'll see you around.
During the main story of Enderal, you had the opportunity to deepen your bond to several persons. Seriously? Several people? Why persons? Weird English. Caution! These missions aren't available forever. If the main story progresses too far, the storyline of some persons stay hidden. Weird to using the word persons. Okay.
Now a good pipe.
Okay, so freak out if I go in here or? Oop. Oop. Okay.
Oh, you're here? I thought you were in the city.
No, the Archmagister ordered me back. Feels good to be here, to be honest. The funerals. I could have done without them, though.
I don't doubt that. I still can't believe that really happened. Brother Yarrow, he was such a good... This is holy ground, Outlander. You don't belong here. Probably not, no. I wonder how it happens. The infection.
What do you mean?
Well, the red eyes and the obvious madness only happen in the last stages of the disease. What happens before that?
That's just one.
How? How can one tell someone else?
Rend soul! That's what you were looking for?
That is not funny.
Mine now.
I've had this feeling that there's something wrong with Yarrow for quite some time, long before it happened.
You don't say. His wife was murdered. Don't you think that would have thrown you out of bounds too? Path-abiding Enderalian or not?
That's not what I mean.
Yeah, I found it. And no, I don't share. Put away all the stolen stuff just in case.
Death broke him, yes. But there was no hatred in him, only grief. The hatred only came shortly before he did it.
Sorry, but I don't really see what you're going at.
I'm just trying to say that, well, maybe we all should be careful. Maybe it was Yarrow's grief, his instability, that made him susceptible to the red madness in the first place. But let the Flameling and the Apothecari find that out. I have to go now, brother. Walk blessed.
But that can be a bit harder because to wood elemental. Get one of those. Stygian. Ge people en. Organist.
Huh?
Huh? Uh-huh.